Hi, thanks for watching. Please click like and subscribe, and stay tuned after the video to see how you can keep this channel going. On to the show. Hello, humans. On this episode of Ask Addi, someone asked Addi something about themselves. Me, Addi, Addison Smith. I don't usually answer personal questions on here unless it's in a DM from a cute, age-appropriate woman. But this question actually gives me a chance to address some issues. Someone who watched the episode on the meaning of gender neutral but didn't leave a name, which is fine, asks, your response brings up another question. Transfeminine Non-Binary. Can you speak into what that means to you? I've not heard this description, but it's so rich. No pseudonym provided. Sure, nope. The reason I took this question is because you ask what this means to you. That's a particularly important distinction. Both of these terms are umbrella terms that can also be used as gender labels. So they have a different meaning to different people. Let's look at non-binary. Non-binary means that a person doesn't have a strong connection to either of the binary genders, man or woman. That part of their brains, our brains, that codes for gender just doesn't lock into either of those options. We're somewhere in between, or maybe off that axis altogether. The thing is, there are a lot of terms that express an individual's identity that all fall under the non-binary umbrellas. And no, we're not going to go into all of them. That would be a series in and of itself, and that's actually not a bad idea. Anyway, I use the term non-binary as my gender label because I haven't found one term that really resonates with me. I've tried genderqueer and androgyne, but while both of those terms are accurate, they don't make me go, that's it, that's me. That term may not be out there, or I might be changing and looking in the wrong place for my gender label. As for transfeminine, that's another term that has different meanings to different people. In general, it means a person who is assigned male at birth who physically or socially transitions to a feminine presentation. Transfeminine is often used instead of trans woman by those who know they are more on the feminine side of the gender spectrum and present that way, but they still don't see themselves as a woman. Hello, nice to meet you. However, you will sometimes see transfeminine used more generally and applied to trans women, all trans women. I once read of an assigned female at birth person who uses transfeminine to convey that they are non-binary, but still on the femme side of things, though that is still not very common. So, what does the phrase transfeminine non-binary mean to me? I am a transfeminine person because I have medically and socially transitioned to this form, which is way more feminine than how I was. Take that down. I have been on hormone replacement therapy for years now. I have had gender confirmation surgery. I have changed my name and my gender marker on my license. I have changed the way I dress and present myself. However, I still don't see myself as a woman per se. I'm awfully close to it, but it still doesn't seem to fit me. That makes me non-binary. Things might change. HRT does tend to rewire the brain. I might eventually start thinking of myself as a woman. The reason I wanted to answer this question is the variety of meanings both words have. An individual's gender is a very personal and unique part of their psychology, and even neurology, but we only have a few words to communicate to each other who we are. We end up using words or labels as we understand their meanings, and two people can have different understandings of the same word. This is to be expected. We are looking for a way to describe the indescribable, the ineffable essence of ourself. Words are bound to fail. The important part is that we try to communicate what and who we are to others. We try to be understood. We keep reaching out. Unfortunately, there are some people who have appointed themselves as label gatekeepers. They hang out in online forums and tell people that they can't use certain words to describe themselves. You might recall the first video of this series about the 16-year-old who was told not to call themselves pansexual. I'd like to invite these people to stop trying to control other people's verbiage. Listen to them. Understand what they are trying to tell you. Understand how they understand the words they're using. That is much more important than making sure that they're using a word as you understand it. We are not our labels. Labels are just here to help us talk to each other. Meanings change. We change. Listen to each other and try to understand. That is much more helpful to someone than trying to be a dictionary. But if you would like me to be a dictionary for you, send your questions to questions@addisonsagenda.com. That's addisonsagenda.com. I'm kind of proud of that segue. Anyway, okay, that's it, except for asking you to help me keep this thing going. I hope you get something from this video. There we go. All right. Take it away, me. Thanks for watching my channel. Please click like, share, and subscribe, and check out my other titles. Have a question for any show? Send it to questions@addisonsagenda.com. On my website, addisonsagenda.com, you can learn about booking me to speak at your event and much more. All money made from speaking, videos, or through a GoFundMe goes to help with the medical bills my kid and I have due to hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome. The link to the GoFundMe is below, as is a link to the Ehlers-Danlos Society, where you can learn more about EDS. Thanks again for watching. Peace and long life.